Hey there people, RussianBox here, coming at you with another video. Today we're going to talk about Trimondius, a guy that some of you may have heard of. I sure have, because I have subscribed to him, until he acted like the quote-unquote snot-nosed brat that he is. Let's begin. So first I just want to take a look at his YouTube channel right here. As you can see, it's alright. It's not the best. The cropping of that picture up there is pretty horrendous. Let's take a look at his channel description. Hello newcomers, my name is Trimondius. I'm a veteran YouTuber who loves LEGO and Bionicle in general. I've been an integral part of the community. No, you have not. I'm gonna give you a list right now of people who have been. 3, 2, 1.
Sky legend will carry you thousands of miles. Take a stand, hold the land, make sure that everyone's ready to win. Find the speed, all you need to.
Those are not even all of them. Some of them have disappeared entirely, some of them have gone underground, and some are quite new. For example, play stippling. But my point is, you have not been an integral part of the fucking community. I bet if I were to ask any average Joe in this BioTube community, do you know who Trimondius is? They would probably say, who? Not that they would necessarily know who the fuck I am, but they probably wouldn't know who the fuck you are either. Anyway, let's move on to the core thing that this video is going to focus on. The comment, battle, feud, hissy fit, temper tantrum. I don't know what to call it. Anyway, we're gonna move on to that. So, let's read the first comment in the thread. Welp, that song sucked. Congrats, I guess. Can anyone tell me how this is worth getting pissed off over? Like, is there anything in here that would necessarily make someone go off on a temper tantrum? No, right? Unless you are, like, 3, or maybe 5, or maybe a mental invalid. But somehow, Trimondius gets really fucking pissed off over this comment, and, let's proceed to reading his, responses.
I don't think it's the song that annoyed you. It's the fact that the lyrics early matched what I had in mind. Making fun of fanboy retards like you who throw temper tantrums when LEGO does not release a Makuta set or fucking commit suicide over it. Or the fact that they defend this mediocre line like it's God on Earth.
Now, this comment is not at all proportional to the comment I left. This is really fucking petty. Like, Trimondius must be one of the most easily offended people I've ever fucking seen. He gets really fucking defensive and really fucking whiny because I said, welp, that song sucked. That must be the fucking thing that pissed him off. Because the congratulations is me literally saying, hey, congrats for getting 1,000. Even though you haven't. That's it. Man. Oh, and by the way, keep in mind the part when he called me a fanboy retard. That's gonna come back and be quite ironic later on in this video. Now, let's read my response.
Well, the song really did suck, and the fact that it fit what you had in mind is kinda sad. Temper tantrums. When LEGO announced that there wouldn't be a Makuta set, I got a bit pissed, yes. But I made my own custom Mask of Ultimate Power and built Journey to 1 Makuta with the provided instructions. And then I made a how-to with 30,000 plus views currently. And then I was quite satisfied. The mere fact that somebody found G2 enjoyable seems to piss you off. Calm down, bruh. Take a bong rip and relax. And realize that people have different opinions to yours.
You know what? This kinda reminds me of something.
No! You idiotic cunt! No, that's not easy. You.
Nah, it's just probably nothing. Anyway, my response to him was pretty much just pointing at him, laughing at him, and calling him absurd because he is. What a surprise. Anyway, now I'm just gonna play the rest of the comments with me reading them and periodically jumping in and responding to them. Let's begin.
Dude, you're one of the last people to talk to me about criticism. Don't be a fucking hypocrite and play the I'm a saint argument. Or you didn't have enough flamdas from Raso talking about you being one-sided and not taking criticism. Or the numerous times you got mad at Nukamu when he argued with you. Or the fact that in your G2 has ended video you sounded like a kid who got sad after Mummy took away his toys. Don't tell me to calm down since I'm clearly not the one needing that. And one more thing, I don't have anything against people who enjoy G2. Heck, my best friend is a G2 fanboy and I don't mind. What I do mind is people like you who feel justified to defend this shitty line at any costs. Saying stuff like if they don't bring back Bunko G2, I'm going to bomb Lego. I'm going to commit suicide because of a fucking Makuta set. We will send Lego tens of hundreds of hate mail for their transgressions that they ended G2. Yeah, because Ryasu totally didn't make that response just because I hate his favorite HF set. Oh wait, yeah, that is exactly what happened. And Nukamu totes isn't the one who keeps posting revenge posts against me on DA because I don't agree with him. Yes, he has been doing that for a while now. It's kinda sad. Well, you got pissed just because I commented, well, that song sucked. Congrats, I guess, on your video. So yeah, you need to calm your tits. Then why do you keep shitting on people for liking it? I defend it because it has some great stuff within it, none of which you care to find out about. Like what books 2 and 3 are actually about. Thanks for grouping me in with people, just like the SJWs do it. Obvious sarcasm is obvious. I'm sure I also made that video not just for an HF set. Your content of character is despicable and it proves my point. You can't take criticism and try to bring out surprise, a straw man argument. I wouldn't give two shits for people like you who lack any moral or subjective stance on things. I would use the same failed arguments like you have. Why did you feel like posting a comment on a video with a song you didn't like? But guess what? Actions speak louder than words. Your videos are disliked by everyone since they're shitty and mine aren't. I actually put some effort into them regardless of content.
Well, if you really think about it, Bionicle Gen 1 and G2 are really similar, at least when you compare 2001 and 2015, because 2001 was about the Toa collecting masks to fight Makuta, and Bionicle G2 was about the Toa collecting masks to awaken the Mask Maker and fight Kolta. Like, they're really similar. The only difference is that the Toa don't fight Makuta right off the bat, but instead fight one of his minions, and they also awaken the all-important character in the first year, instead of 8 years later.
Blew their budget on 8 14-karat gold masks and gave them away in one of the most ridiculous contests I've ever seen.
Then I assume you must have either forgotten or deliberately did not mention these two contests. One of them were for the Golden Skull Spider mask and the other were for the Golden Mask of Creation. And if you do not remember, I will refresh your memory. The Golden Skull Spider Mask contest was about revamping a G1 Bionicle set into a G2 design. And that's kind of a creative contest. I actually liked that one a lot. The second one was still really fucking good, and it was to create your own mask out of all CCBS pieces, Bionicle pieces, Technic pieces, whatever you could find. And the prize would be the 14-karat gold Mask of Creation. So, yeah, you're wrong.
They didn't even have the decency of bringing collectibles back, the most iconic thing about Bionicle.
Yeah, cause having 63 masks included in 35 sets, 2 polybags, and 3 exclusive event giveaways is totally not a collectible number in any kind of way. Pfft, who would be stupid enough to think that?
Basically, they took whatever it was cool about Bionicle and slapped it on a box, using gold and trans colors everywhere, mixing gold and silver so bad that the sets looked like the rainbow-colored sets. Do I really need to go on? The fact that it lasted 2 years while lines like Ninjago still continue today is saying a lot. And how nice to bring an SJW move on me. Is it the fact that you pull things out of your ass as arguments, some kind of apologetic bullshit, or the fact that I hurt your ego? Alright, he claimed that I made the video in response to a super old video, but it's more than obvious that he was butthurt over my opinion. What was my straw man argument? What did I take out of context? Why would I take a moral stance on a toy line? And subjectivity is not what I strive for. I try to strive for some kind of objectivity. Because I had no clue that the video revolved around it, and I wanted to congratulate you for almost reaching 1,000 subs. That's why. Are you talking about my latest videos, or are you talking about videos I released almost 2 months ago? Because now I have a quality standard, since about mid-July. And, by the way, nice way of using anecdotal evidence, XD. Lazy story ideas like what? Mask collecting? Awakening an important individual? Having the backstory being explained as a campfire story? Uniting with something to gain greater power? What? The other points aren't even worth commenting on since they have nothing to do with the theme itself. What do you mean with collectibles? Do you mean a separate bag with random assortments of masks or discs? Or do you mean something that people can collect without it being a blind bag? If you pick the second one, Bionicle G2 has a fuck ton of collectibles. The masks and printed pieces released throughout the entirety of G2. G1 used gray, black, and white everywhere, and HF used gunmetal and silver everywhere. What's your point? The silver breaks up the gold pretty well, since it's spaced out and placed in ways that don't clump it together. In my opinion, anyway. Nah, you've convinced me that you despise G2. Well, since Ninjago got a lot of advertising and a show right off the bat, it isn't surprising that it lasted longer, since G2 got neither of those things. Nope, it's just an observation. Since they also clump people they hate in with everyone of the same belief, even if other people don't agree with that person, or if the person they hate don't agree with the other people. Since this flame war, that you started, kinda ironic, is going to get out of hand eventually, would you consider having a one-on-one Skype call in the near future? And talk to you about what? How you can't take it and you're dragging this on for only your narrow-minded ideas? No, I don't think I'll enact that just for the sake of having to argue against a brick wall. By the way, you should visit a proctologist to see if he can remove that big head of yours out of your ass. Why not? You seem so sure that you're right. Surely you can't fail. And you should graduate out of kindergarten so that you can learn some better disses, you wince-worthy imbecile. Congrats on being the more mature one by throwing a nice triple insult at the end there.
Oh, I guess worthy is now an insult.
Really good one. Just as John Ryaso Indian did, you deserve a good block. You really can't take a differing opinion. Bye-bye.
So, now that that's over with, I can move on to the little tiny bits that did not make it into the main video. Number 1 is, remember back in the video where he said, "You get so many dislikes nowadays because your content sucks and mine doesn't." Well, let's take a look back at when this comment conversation took place. He released a video on the 10th of September, where this comment conversation took place. He released a video on the 10th of September by the name of Bring Back the Glory of Bionicle or some shit like that. And I released a video on the 11th of September. Guess which one has the most views? Mine. Suck it. Second thing is, Trimondius removed all of his comments in this thread. I don't really know why. I do have my suspicions, but who the fuck really cares? And the third and final thing is the fact that this video was originally going to be longer. Because I had an entire second act planned, as you could call it, of me going over a 2-month-old at this point podcast that Trimondius had with Axelbro, Ian Gorix, and Mr. Cup of Fail. This was going to be me just debunking some of the horrible arguments and horrible things they said, or horrible things, maybe I shouldn't say that, stupid things that they said in that video. But it's never gonna happen unless I make a little shoddy video of me picking out the smallest, most important things that I found in that video anyway, just me debunking that. But there's not going to be a full-blown fucking, cover of that one, because it's 54 minutes long, it's going to take me a year to edit, etc, etc, etc. So it's not fucking worth it. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like. And if you didn't, dislike. Because, it gives me the same amount of publicity anyway. Just that one is good and one is bad. I don't really care. Just do it. Either or, bitch. Choose! Oh yeah, I had entirely forgotten that I was gonna troll you by saying, "Fuck off."